Hi friends, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be discussing about the how to write the test cases for a text field or a text box. So in this video, I will be covering very important test case scenarios. The first test case, if you can see here, right, the first test case is to verify the text field, the label. Every text field or a text box should have a label in it. It should have a clear and meaningful label for every text field in order to identify that text field or a text box. Second important test scenario which you should verify here is whether the given text field which you are verifying, whether which is a mandatory field or a non-mandatory field. If it is a mandatory field, means if we are not entering anything in this field, if without entering anything, if you are trying to navigate, then it should throw an error message saying that this is a mandatory field and this is the characters you should enter for this text field. That is the error message it should pop up, and that kind of validation also you should make to ensure that the core UI validation is taken care. Or a third test scenario is in the text field or in the text box, whenever we are trying to enter the text in it, when there should be a cursor also it should display whenever we are typing in the text field or a text box. Then the fourth test scenario which you should write here is the limit of the text field or a text box. So how many character it can take that text box or a text field, minimum set of characters and maximum set of characters we should validate. As per your requirement, you should validate both minimum and maximum requirement just to ensure that the text field is in line with the requirement for a given minimum and maximum character limit for this field. Then the fifth test scenario you should validate here is the alignment of text in this text box or a text field, whether the text is left aligned or a text is right aligned. That is also you are required to be validated. Sixth test scenario you should taken care here is the icon for every text field. If there is a facility of an icon, if you can see right in the if you can see right in the email, we have a icon mail symbol is there. In the similarly here, if you can see right at gmail.com is there. These are the icons which represent what is this all about text field or a text box. Based on your requirement, if something there is a requirement to call out this for a given field, you should have something like this, then you should validate that as well. Then the seventh important test case is for the text field is voice input. These days everywhere the search is taken care using voice input, and many functionality is been evolved via voice. If the given field which is implemented using voice input for a given text field or a text box, then you should validate that functionality as well, that scenario as well, part of your testing. And the eighth scenario is, especially this scenario will be useful for a password field or CVV field where you wanted to keep the data secret, you wanted to hide the important critical information, then we'll mask the data with star or some other things. You should have an option to whether I wanted to show the password or not. If checkbox is there, if I select checkbox, then only it should show the characters, otherwise it should hide. That kind of test case also you should validate as part of show or hide the text field or a text box. Then the ninth one is verify the text field or a text box is editable or a disabled. There are few places the text field will be disabled and it populates the value automatically without being entered by us. That type of validation also you have to make. If the given requirement says that it should be enabled, it should be able to editable, then you should write the appropriate test scenario or test cases. Otherwise, it should be disabled where I should not be able to enter anything via keyboard or voice or anything. The 10th test scenario or a test case is verifying for whether the text field is enabled for over or not. Over means whenever we're trying to place a cursor on any text field or a text box, then appropriate messages should come. If you go and place your cursor on Google search box, then you will see this kind of message. It will tell what is this all about this text field. So that kind of validation also you should make. There is a requirement that whoever is enabled for this field, then appropriate test scenario you should write. Then the 11th one is a helper text. Especially this is very useful where we wanted to give certain message for a user. For example, for a given password field, there are situations that certain application or certain features, it can only take 8 characters, 10 characters or 12 characters. There we should clearly give information to the user that this field can only take these many characters only, these many special characters only. This type of that kind of messages should be given below the text field or a text box. The requirement says that there should be helper message should be there in your text field. Then this kind of test scenarios also you should validate. Then the 12th test case or test scenario for a text box or a text field is verifying for a text for auto format, especially if the text field is used for a currency. Every country, the currency will be shown differently in a different format. Then your text field should also be able to take care appropriately bifurcating hundreds, thousands, lakh, million, and so on. And also for phone field, how the phone number should be representable in your application, then appropriate test cases or appropriate validations you should make. If your text field is used to represent the date of birth field, then appropriately should display in a different way, month, year, or day, or year, month, day, or day, month, year, and so many different formats. Based on your requirement, appropriate validation you should take care. These are the 12 scenarios which I can think for this text field or a text box functionality. If you guys really like this video, then please give a thumbs up to this video. If you guys are not subscribed, then do subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now. Take care.